Every single shot you just saw has perfect character consistency. Every single frame has the same face. Not kinda similar, it's the same. You probably used in your lifetime a few different techniques, using one frame, using multiple frames, or creating a character sheet with multiple angles. But still, with all this effort, character drifting is always there. So today we're running through a brutal test with Soul 2.0 by Higgsfield. Here's the thing to understand, this tool doesn't create just images, it creates a character. I'm right now in AI double. Do you think I look different than before? Write it down in comments. So let's create a character. First thing you do is you go on Higgsfield.ai, go to images and go to Higgsfield Soul 2.0. After that, you double check if you're on Soul 2.0 and then you go to character. Now we create a completely new character. Normally, most of the time you can add up to 10 images to AI to create a character, but now we can put up to 80 images of a character. Now click here on upload from device. I prepared a lot of images. Here's the thing you can do to create better results. A lot of people make the mistake that they use the standard lens from your iPhone, but use a more telephoto lens because on 50mm to 100mm your face looks the most natural. A lot of people just take a selfie, but the standard cameras most of the time 24 or 20mm, which really distorts your face features. And the most important part is that you get different angles, a low angle and a high angle. Then I added a few expressions like I'm angry, funny, or sad or disappointed, so the AI have more reference frames for emotions, and if it's possible, a few more different scenarios on different lightings. Now select every single image that you prepared and hit upload. As you can see, we can give our character a name. That's me, so we call it Marco Bagnoli. And you can see we can put up to 20 more images. Just click generate character, only just 25 credits. And after generating is done, you have this character forever. This video is sponsored by Higgsfield. If you want to support the channel, click the first link in the video description. Soul 2.0 has a huge collection of look presets. And you can think about the tool like this. Soul 2.0 feels like photography and you use the Soul ID for consistency. Okay, first let's check out a few image generation that we can do. Just select my character. Now it's in there. Let's start with the editorial style. Just click on it, write down your prompt, hit 2K resolution, check your aspect ratio, I think that's fine, and that's it, 2 generations. The first example is this editorial street style. It really adapted really nice to my face. You can see my beard is a little bit more thick down there, then it's more up my face. And we have also this little spot here on my forehead. Overall great result. I'm also always a big fan of this Y2K street look, so let's check it out. Type in our prompt and hit generate. We just take a flash and a bright outside and blast it into someone's face. It really gives this nice poppy feeling, and the results we get here are very organic. And the word organic is very important here. Flash, editorial, Asian nostalgic, or the surreal solarization look, which is very abstract, or this cool retro black and white look where I have the cigarette in my mouth just standing there next to my old car. And now you will probably say, yeah, but Marco, we already have a lot of character consistency in our generation. But when we now compare it to other image models like ChatGPT or Nano by Nano Pro, you can clearly see, oh, this doesn't look like a cool photo at all. For this Nano by Nano Pro image, I used a normal character sheet from me and also a reference frame of the Y2K look. And as you can see, it is nothing compared. It literally has less soul. This looks very AI generated. But when you compare it directly to the Soul 2.2 images, we have this really natural grain, also the shadows, the lighting, everything just have this more realistic touch to it. Some of these images literally gross me out because they look so bad. Your prompts also don't have to be too difficult. Look at here, I'm just writing down with really bad grammar and this is still the result. For sure, most people focus more on the face, but I think actually my arm and how my veins follow up looks very, very good. But when you think about it, not only our face is our identity, how our fingers look, our body proportion, all that has to come together so that we get the perfect consistent look. The only drift I noticed is this problem with these birthmarks here. I had a lot of images I noticed a pimple right here, and then the AI probably mixed the pimple with the birthmark, so we had here and there an image where I had two birthmarks. But this is a user error that you can easily fix. Let's switch to video generation, which is the most important part for me. So I created several stories with different looks, different locations, different acting to check out, is this better than normally, and then compare a scene to my normal workflow without Soul ID, and then I will rank which one is better. The first one is this mythical fighting scene. The first result was already pretty good. When I look at the end shot where both are very close to the camera, what I really like about the detail is my freckles, because when I raise up my eyebrows, I get these 3 lines and it's a really big one in the middle. So it really translated it very good, because beforehand, as we set up my Soul ID, I gave them different emotions so I could actually see how my face moves when I do specific expressions. Let's check out this fashion clip from me in Tokyo. Also, this one looked pretty nice. Here we had the problem with the 2 birthmarks, but like I said before, this is a user error, and I really want to see how my face adapts to different focal lengths, because I have a very oval face. So when I get close to a camera like here, my face tends to look more oval, and I think it really translated very well in this shot. Also, my right eyebrow has this little spiky part, and right now I saw that in every generation, which is good. So let's check out a more mysterious one. We're in a dark in this old Italian city.
We take no guests after dark.
I'm not a guest. I'm the one you wrote to.
In this one I really liked again the facial features of me, the wrinkles on my forehead, then the spikiness of my mustache. But I think in this shot I actually look a little bit more chubby, so a bit more weight on my face. So when you create your Soul ID, check out that you have the same weight or similar weight across the images. To get better results, I tend to write my height and my weight as a reference, then type in if you were sporty or more chubby, then I have another reference point to work with. Let's check out now a fighting scene on a boat. Here we'll probably notice, because the scene is more action-based, that it made me a lot more muscular. But now we have really great view of my profile, and the thing you have to look for in my profile is that I have a little dent on my forehead and also a little bit of a crooked nose. If you compare it right now, it looks pretty much like my profile. This is where the reference image workflow has often really problems with it. So now I'm going to demonstrate a little bit of a psycho scene where I just talk to the camera. This is the Soul ID method, and this is the old method I used to use. Let's compare them side by side.
Why do you think? No, really. Who told you to? A thought arrives, and you call it yours. That's adorable. I stopped thinking my thoughts. Now I just listen to whoever sends them. Why do you think? No, really. Who told you to? A thought arrives, and you call it yours. That's adorable. I stopped thinking my thoughts. Now I just listen to whoever sends them.
And here again, if we compare the profile, this one looks much better than the one before. You can clearly see the dent. Also the skin irritation on my nose is more visible. Also a nice detail always to look for are the gaps in my beard. I have here a gap and also here under my chin. And in a lot of generation you can clearly see that he added it. And here a weird one where I actually changed my whole look, hair and a little bit of my beard, just to see how the AI will handle it. I hope you can still sleep well tonight. You can see this one was not so great, but the problem here was because I had a different man as a reference. If I would completely remove him, we would have a better result. And here back to back, a funny one, an action-based one, just a dialogue one, and a little bit of thriller.
That is my laundry water. You are marinating in my laundry water.
The sea was far. This was closer. Also, I smell like lavender now.
Who is paying for all of this? That's 10,000 neon signs. Minimum.
Watch the road.
It's just fiscally insane.
The shipment was clean when it left the docks. Whatever happened after, I can fix it.
Half of it is gone. Find it. Tonight.
You never put anything back, old man. They're tearing it down on Monday.
So at the end, I'm really impressed with the results, but the two most common problems for me was the weight and height of the character, but it's something you have to consider and prompt in, and then teeth. So next time when I'm doing reference images of someone, I would do a lot more teeth images, because teeth do a lot more to your face than you actually think. So if they have different sizes, different form, people will recognize that something is off. So what do you think? Do you like this workflow? If you want to try it by yourself, check out the first link in the video description to support this channel. My name is Marco Bagnoli, and I'll see you next time.